This video is sponsored by Go Go Muffin, but I've been addicted to this game for the past week because this has been one of the most relaxing MMORPG experience that I have ever played. So if you want to enjoy the game right at the launch, because the game is launching on December 3rd, you can use my link down below to pre-register for the game, get all the amazing pre-registration reward, and start the game strong. In today's video, I'll be sharing you guys what is Go Go Muffin, so you can decide for yourself whether you want to give it a try or not. So right now I'm playing with the archer character, but when you start the game, you can play with many different classes. So we have the acolyte, the healer class, we have the assassin, shadow lash, or the scholar, or my archer, or the most classic, the sword bearer class. So any class is gonna be amazing. You don't have to worry about which one you need to play to maximize your experience, because each one of them is strong in their own ways. And because this is an MMORPG, if you are stuck with your main character, you can always just create an alt character and progress with that instead. So now let's go to my archer girl and start our experience. One of the best part about this game is that the game will progress when you are offline. So for example, if you wake up in the morning and you start Go Go Muffin, you will get all the EXP, the items that the character has been farming overnight for you. I've been playing the game whole day, so you don't see any offline reward. But when you wake up, you're gonna get a whole lot of EXP, and the character will level up as you sleep, which is incredibly relaxing and convenient. You know what's better than that? I can also create a party and invite my friend, my loved one, whoever you want to play with. And you can carry your friend, or your friend can carry you overnight as you're offline. Isn't that incredible? And when you start Go Go Muffin, the first thing you're going to be playing is going to be the story mode. As you can see right here, I've unlocked a couple different maps, and there's so many more to unlock. And in each map, you'll be defeating the minions, and you can also challenge the boss. So let's call on the boss right now to see if I can beat this boss. It's going to be quite challenging. It's not that easy. You can also play auto or manual. You can turn it off and on right here, because sometimes you want to cast the skill manually to get the most optimal result. For example, this one's going to be increasing my attack speed. This one is going to do some nasty damage onto the boss, and this one is gonna do an amazing AoE damage. Also, you can see that my pet is right behind me, and this pet can buff my damage against bosses. So when I turn on the pet skill, I'll be doing some incredible damage to this boss. And my friend over there is gonna be focusing on tanking the boss, which is the main problem for the archer class. We are great glass cannon doing very good damage, but we are not very good at taking the hit. And now the boss is down to 30%. My tank is about to die. I'm about to die as well. I'm not sure if I can survive this though. Oh no. Oh no. Come on. The archer has a couple seconds before she dies. Can I take down the boss? No! Bro, that was so close. But don't worry. If you grind a bit more, you get a bit stronger, a bit more level up, then you should be fine. For example, I can go to my gear, and here is going to be your character info sheet for the gear part. You can also look at all the other stat and skill as well. And there's going to be a fast enhance button I'm going to choose to enhance my items the most optimal way. And this game, the best thing about the equipment system is that I am not upgrading the item individually. I am only upgrading the slot, which means if I want to change to a different weapon, that different weapon will have the same level up as the other weapon. So whatever you do in the story, don't worry about upgrading like blue gear, for example, because the moment you get a better one, you can instantly equip it, and that new item will have the same upgrading level as the previous item, making progressing so much more relaxing, because you don't have the fear of, hey, I'm gonna make the early game beginner mistake of upgrading this shitty blue gear. And I can also improve my other part of the character, which is the skill of the character. So I have all these skills right here that I can upgrade to make my character stronger. We have the 4 active skill that you don't have to stick to these skills, okay? You can have many other skills, and you can equip them according to the content you're going to play. For example, if you're fighting a boss, you want single target skill, but if you're doing main story quests where you're fighting many characters, you might want to go for an AoE damage skill to clear the trash even faster. And there's going to be 5 different passive skills as well, and the same logic applied. Do you want to clear many enemies, or do you want to focus on one single boss? And because I lost just now, I'll use this opportunity to upgrade my skill level to potentially make me stronger, and that will allow me to defeat the boss. And there's also the talent tree system that will allow you to boost certain stat and boost certain skill, and this will allow you to grow stronger in a unique way. You can copy the top player way of playing, or you can just do your own talent tree build, and maybe you're gonna create a new meta. But that's not the only content available in the game. You can also get stronger and get better items in the other dungeon of the game. And this is where you can play with your friends to combat very challenging bosses, starting off with the Rift. So in this content, you can invite up to 3 different friends or guildies to play with you and defeat one singular boss. Remember to get yourself a tank and a healer because these bosses can be quite challenging. But to create a strong party, you need different classes. So for example, I have a healer on the left, a tank in the middle, and 2 damage dealer to try and take the boss down as soon as possible. You can also try to go for the assassin or the scholar class to provide different utility to the party as well. But remember, I think the most important one is going to be the tank and the healer. You will always need these 2 classes in your party. And as you can see right there, you can turn on the mic and the voice chat. So you can probably talk to your friend when you play the game as well. And when you defeat the bosses, you'll be getting amazing high quality items that will help you along with your journey. And as I mentioned, you can invite your guildie. There's going to be a guild system as well. And this guild, you can have different guild activities, like you can water a tree. There's also a guild boss that you have to join hands together with your guild to defeat and get even more amazing rewards. And when you accumulate the guild currency, you can buy even more items to help you progress further in the story, like the pet EXP, pet food, or raw material. Now, going back to the camp, there'll be 2 different gacha things you can do in this game because you know we all love gacha. The first one is going to be the skill gacha for your character. So in here, when you do the gacha, you'll be getting your hands on different skill of your character. So you're not gachaing for different character because you can create an alt and play with any other class that you want. But when you play with a class, you can gacha for the skill. So as you can see, we're getting a legendary skill right there. So what do you do? Oh, come on, game. You can't be doing that to me. So after you gacha for the skill, what do? You go back to your info page and you can upgrade your current skill. So you will start off with a lot of blue skill, but as you get more copy of the same skill or get the legendary version of the skill, you can make the skill even stronger. For example, we pull a dupe of the skill so we can start up the skill to get even more bonuses from the skill, and maybe that's going to give me enough damage to kill the boss from earlier. And because I pulled the legendary version of the same basic skill, I can equip that skill and then I can use the old version to potentially start up my basic skill to make it do even more damage. And you can do the same with your items that you get from doing the dungeon as well. For example, I just pulled the same energy breastplate from the dungeon earlier. I can use it to advance my current breastplate that I got from the dungeon, and I can get even more stats. And not only that, I can also gacha for the pet, and I think this is where the real fun starts because this is more fun to look at and also more variety. And of course, we want to get our hands on a legendary pet, which I haven't gotten yet. I guess I just did. So this pet can allow you to do 40% more damage when you use the pet skill. And after you put a legendary pet, you go back to here. As you can see, my main pet is going to be this goofy fella. And you've invested a lot of items into it. But don't worry, you can just claim everything back right here. And then you will change the pet to the legendary one that you have just gotten from the gacha system, deploy it, and now you can use all the things you got earlier to make it stronger. Isn't that amazing? And you can just hold the left click or your finger onto the upgrade button and easily make the new pet stronger than the old pet. So I love these kind of systems because we all want to invest into the thing that we have right now, but we're also scared of losing the resources to invest in the potential better things that we're going to get in the future. But this game allows you to just reclaim all the stuff that you invested into the old items and put it into the new item that you will get. And each pet can also get extra skill. As you can see right here, I'll be equipping my pet with even more skill to make it even stronger. And you can also get all that skill in here as well. So you can go to create move, and here's where you do a fun little game to potentially get yourself a new pet skill. And when you play the game, there's going to be a lot of different quest system to give you hella progressing items. From the journal to the rookie trial, you get so much stuff for free to help you progress into the game. And speaking of free stuff, here on the screen are all the amazing gift code that you can use to start your journey in Go Go Muffin very, very strong. Once again, big shout out to Go Go Muffin for sponsoring this video. If you want to try the game, there's going to be a link down below. I hope you do, because this has been an amazing journey for me, and I'll definitely be continued playing the game in the future. Use my link down below if you want to support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.